Before we dive into today's NFL mailbag, if you have questions we did not get to, or you're watching on demand, you can't watch live or whatever, you can always hit me up on Twitter. Give me a follow. Slide into those DMs, please. I'm tired of having bots advertising illegal things and part-time hotel jobs. It's random stuff in there. I can't stand it. So give me football questions instead. At What Going Down. Link will be in the comments and the description of today's show. Tony Fuentes, Tom, could the Chiefs still make a great move in the month of May? Who's available in free agency? Well, we did do a top NFL free agents still left unsigned video. My boy Trace did that a couple days ago. Specifically for Kansas City, I think the names that could make some sense, maybe like a Kaiser White. I wouldn't hate that one. Low-key, decent option. How does J.K. Dobbins sound? Do one of the corners if you think you need one more. Maybe you're done signing Christian Fulton. Like a Rasul Douglas could make some sense. If you're worried about Rashee Rice's injury stuff, like maybe a Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper are fits there. Do you want to go mercenary edge rusher? Von Miller's out there. It is May. The options are not great, but there are some of those players who are still available at this time. So. Again, check that on the channel, but there are some pieces out there. Scott, is Von Miller going to sign anywhere? Yes, at some point. I think at this point in his career, you see this a lot over the years. Like these older edges, Von Miller's 36 years old. They don't necessarily want to go do all the voluntary off-season workout stuff. Like he had, I think it was 6 sacks last year. He is still a good mercenary pass rusher. Somebody will pick him up. He might even wait until training camp in the event of an injury. He might explore, this guy got hurt, I'll be fine, I'll go do this. And he'll sign in like late June or early July, late June or late July, somewhere in that ballpark and go, I'm going to get my mercenary contract and ball out. Like that would not be a surprise. I think he's signed somewhere. I just don't know where. So predictions. Who will end up signing Von Miller? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. DC times Viper. Which second-year QB has a breakout year? Could J.J. McCarthy be a surprise player? I think you can make an argument outside of Jaden Daniels, who kind of already broke out, and maybe Bo Nix was good enough and close enough to his perceived, so it doesn't end up happening. I think any of those second-year QBs can make an argument. The Falcons hoping for one from Michael Penix. They better throw away that future first-round pick. I think McCarthy has the biggest room to grow. He didn't play last year. I think he's got plenty of talent. Kevin O'Connell is a QB whisperer. I would actually not be surprised if McCarthy broke out and put up Darnold-esque numbers this upcoming season, at least close to it. I think Drake May is in line for a big season. I think Caleb Williams is in line for a big season. Now, that's all projection and hope and optimism, but there's a lot of all those quarterbacks in that class, first-round picks QB. All should feel kind of good about it. Dakota Whitehouse, what's the floor and ceiling in your eyes for the Denver Broncos? So I'll treat this as if they mostly stay healthy, not chaos of Drake or Bo Nix got hurt. We played Jarrett Stidham, and then Jarrett Stidham got hurt, and the bottom fell. I'm not going to do that. I think the non-chaotic injury floor ceiling. I think the floor is maybe just have a bit of a regression year. Bo Nix sophomore slump, and they just missed the playoffs. They win 6 games, somewhere in that ballpark. Have some bad luck go their way. I think that's a realistic floor with Sean Payton and what they've built so far. The ceiling is Bo Nix takes another step forward, and then you're cooking with some gas, and maybe you don't win the AFC game, but you can make it there. I mean, we've seen that second, third-year jump from young QBs. I wonder if they're just missing a few more explosive pieces on offense to tie it all together. But I think, playoff wins are a very real ceiling for Denver. Now, you can get the rookie jersey for your favorite new player over at chatsports.com/NFL jersey. All the teams, all the players. Marvin Harrison finally up there too now, by the way. It's sorted by most popular, so you actually see a lot of Shadur ones, which he's wearing 12 now. Links in the comments and the description, a clickable little banner over there in the far corner as well. Chatsports.com/NFL jersey. I call it the J theory. know how to pronounce the middle part there. Do the Cowboys get better once Jerry is gone? I think his son will be just as bad. If Steven wants to have the same level of influence and control, I don't know why it's going to get any better. Because the dirty little secret about the Cowboys is there has already been a lot of influence from Stephen Jones. He has already been extremely involved, extremely, I'll call it meddling, with the way the Cowboys are run. So it'll be different if he gives true control to Will McClay, the de facto GM, like the front office guy, the player personnel guy. Awesome. There is the potential of it being better, but also very likely it's just as bad. Bull Weevil, how ridiculous is it to ask for a retired uniform number? I think it's a little bit overblown in general, but like, I think if anything, this is where the team has to step up, right? Like, this is George. You retired the number. I think this feels very Giants coded. Like, why do I have to ask Lawrence Taylor to sign off on this? Why is Phil Simms? The team retired it. Don't put your franchise icon in that position. It's a retired number. There are a finite amount of numbers. I do want to acknowledge that. That's why I don't get bent out of shape when like non-retired numbers get given away. I can't do it forever. But if it's retired, it needs to stay retired. Otherwise, that defeats the whole purpose otherwise. Now, if you want to be a part of our NFL mailbags into the future, let me know by subscribing. Hit that sub button for free NFL YouTube videos right here on Chat Sports. Christian, what is the Steelers' ceiling with Rodgers and after the draft? Well, I want to say the floor is 10 wins, right? It's the Steelers. At some point, that will end up happening. They won't finish above 500, but still. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender. I think they're a playoff contender, if not even a playoff front runner. But I don't think that unless he turns the clock back, I don't think he's gonna, carry them to the promised land at his age. I think it is more likely, they win 10, 11 games, maybe a playoff game this time, and then get trounced by one of the better teams in the AFC, whether that's the Bills, the Chiefs, or they meet an AFC North team and end up losing that one in a 3-point game, like how all AFC North games seem to go. Christian, do you think Howard is the future for the Steelers? I keep hearing he's another Big Ben 2.0. I mean, no, he's not. He's not Ben Roethlisberger. Like, I don't think we should ever assign 6th-round draft picks as, well, he could be Big Ben 2.0. He's not as big as Big Ben was. He's got solid size. He is not the same prolific prospect that Big Ben was. I mean, that was a MAC prospect, Mid-American Conference quarterback, going in the top half of the NFL draft. That does not happen. Like, they are not similar players. I think Will Howard can have a nice long career as a backup QB. I don't think he's going to be a prolific starter. I don't think that's the same level of sheer talent that Howard has versus what Big Ben has.